And I remember you telling me that you connected AI with your emails.
Yep.
What did it do for you specifically?
Facebook ads could be Instagram ads, could be TikTok ads, ads on the stores, so directly on App Store, Play Store. I found my lead developer on LinkedIn.
Do you have specific strategies that you recommend to your clients? Hey, what's up everyone? Today I have the chance to be with Freddy, who is the founder at 80 Bucks Agency, and he builds applications for businesses such as Peugeot, so massive businesses as well as cities, and I have the chance to speak with him today and to have him on the show so we can speak about how you can use applications to increase the capacity of your business and automate certain processes. So super happy to have you on the show, Freddy.
Nice, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So let's start.
Yep.
We've known each other for a little bit, and
Yes.
you've been in applications. You work with amazing clients that you mentioned to me, Peugeot, the big car company in Europe,
Yep.
being one of them. And so tell me a little bit more maybe about the backstory of how you initially got even to the application world and why you were interested in it.
So the thing is, I've always been kind of passionate about everything tech. So passionate about working at Google when I was still studying everything. So I have always been in this world, to say. During my studies, I had the chance to do an internship with a company that at that time was doing apps, and that's basically how I started. So pretty lucky, I would say. And since then, I started doing freelancing, and then started my company, my agency,
Yeah.
And that's how I got started in the business.
Yeah, now you have multiple developers. We've
Yep.
been exchanging on processes on how you organize
Yeah.
with them, and you're very process oriented, and
I am.
I really like the way you're thinking. And so, yeah, tell us a little bit more about applications you've developed and what kind of world you're living in the application world.
So here's the thing. I have an agency, so I work with all kinds of clients who are interested in building an app. Could be individuals, could be startups, could be huge companies or groups, could be basically anything. We've worked with companies in Europe, in France, in Luxembourg, and also in Africa. So we're basically doing a little bit of everything. And recently we got more niched down into AI apps. So that's more of like the recent developments.
Very nice. And let's go a little bit more into AI. So what kind of progress have you seen in the world of AI? And where do you see this going? And what kind of job it might replace and all that kind of stuff? Have you seen any trends?
Yeah, so obviously you probably have seen it in the last 2 years. AI got huge, absolutely huge, especially with LLMs, ChatGPT, and like modern, I would say, models, AI models. Now, the thing is, in 2023, we saw a huge growth in AI models. And for me, I see 2024 as the year of implementation of AI. So 2023 was the year AI was being created, or like, basically created. And 2024 will be the year where we're going to see more and more applications of what AI can actually do and help us in our daily lives, I think.
Yeah, and you've showed me last time an AI app that you built yourself.
Yep.
It was very fascinating. What kind of specific applications of AI are you really interested in at this point?
So AI could be used for, I would say, kind of everything. Everything that can replace intelligence. Obviously, everything manual is more complicated, like building like houses and whatnot. But like everything intelligence could be automated, could be replaced by AI, could be enhanced by AI. So we can see a lot of applications. Could be image detection, could be replacing virtual agents, could be building entire businesses in future. Who knows? But yeah, I think AI could replace actually a lot of modern jobs.
Yeah, and we've been talking a little bit about content, AI,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. How satisfied are you with the level of AI content that's coming out? Is it at a level?
I would say the content is still very early.
Yeah.
We don't see that high of quality of content redacted by AI, but I think AI could help in finding ideas. AI could help in editing. AI could help in translating recently, and also AI can help in generating video without generating the scripts. The only thing AI is pretty bad at for now is scripts, like actually writing the content. But everything else than content could be, I would say, enhanced with AI.
Mm-hmm. And so, if you're saying that it's not used directly for the content, how do you see AI being implemented right now, and with like content creators and all of that? Do you think there's a big trend there, or
Yeah, I think the main biggest application of AI I see in content right now would be translating.
okay?
I don't know if you've heard of HeyGen.
No.
No, this is like an AI that helps create videos or even translate videos
Hmm.
with a really good level of like how do you say that? Like level of like close to the actual to the
Yeah.
original video, right?
Okay.
So anyone who, for example, would start a business in, let's say, Russian, could start a business in the entire world by translating the same video in English, French, German, whatever. So you could build entire global businesses without having to speak any of the language of the other countries. So this is pretty huge, I think.
Wow. So it's like instant video translation with AI.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that's very
that's
big.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What other applications do you see in AI? I mean, mathematics, accounting. Is there any other area that you're particularly interested in?
To be honest, since I'm entirely focused on tech, I would see only AI in tech for now. But obviously, you can automate so many things with AI, like so many repetitive tasks. Basically, I would say any task you could describe in the most detailed way. So if you can create like a SOP for like very precise SOP for any task, you could like basically do on a computer. You can automate it with AI.
Wow. And I remember you telling me that you connected AI with your emails.
Yeah.
And what did it do for you specifically?
Yeah. So two things. First, I did email and messages summary, and second would be urgency. So whenever a client would send me a message having like a really urgent, really important thing for me, instead of me having to filter, the AI would do it and send me an individual message telling me, "Hey, this client needs your help right now. Can you call him?" So that's like two things I did for
Wow.
with AI.
And what other integrations have you seen, for example, ChatGPT, or what other interesting integrations have you seen in day-to-day operations and business?
Operations in business. I wouldn't say I have seen many.
Like reading
Like I said,
emails?
the thing is, 2023 was only creation of AI. I think this year will be the year we see so many applications, either in businesses or individual use. So
Yeah.
for now, not so many, to be honest.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there's potential here.
And tell me about the business you did. So you built an application, I think, for an e-commerce, or you were one of your best success projects. Tell us a little bit more if we transition from AI to more apps in general and tech. Um, what have you built, and why was it better than what was existing, and what were the benefits of, for example, that successful project that you had as well?
Yeah, so the app world is really competitive.
Hmm.
So the thing is, basically any idea you would have has been made in an app, like any idea. So the thing is, making an app isn't that easy, but there's always potential in improving what's existing. So yeah, so basically any idea has been made in apps. So I haven't seen any really revolutionary idea. The only thing I've seen is ideas executed better than
Competition.
competition. Yeah.
Mhm.
So could be anything. Could be Uber-like apps. Could be nutrition apps. Could be anything. It's either more specific or either better executed.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the
And yeah, we were speaking a little while back about people submitting ideas to you, basically you telling, I'll evaluate your app idea, or your SaaS idea or whatever it was. And so a lot of people, like what you were telling me, are very excited. I know I've had that too, like thinking they're the next Uber or something. So tell us a little bit more about that process when you're new at building apps, and the kind of ideas that you have, and what should someone think when they're building a new app?
Yeah, so I actually have the same process I tell all of my clients, so it's going to be pretty easy. Whenever you get an app, don't get excited. Your app exists. That's the first step. Now, second step is going to be study the other apps and see what they do and what can be done better. So what you have to do is go on the stores, App Store or Play Store, download all the like competitors, the main ones, try them, see by yourself how you would improve it, and also go in the review sections and read all the reviews. That way you can see what the users are saying, what they like, what they don't like, what they would like to see improved, and that's the best way to know how to build an app that fits perfectly in the competition like space.
Wow, it's much more tactical than
It is.
I'm gonna build a new Uber.
Yeah, no, this doesn't happen. Yeah.
I heard this girl telling me, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna build the Uber for women," and like, it's like gonna be the multi-billion. A lot of people.
No, but could be. You just have to, like study what's actually a need, how it will work, validate it. So you would build just a simple landing page, do some ads, see how people react to it without even building the app. Like just seeing what's the percentages of conversions rate or whatnot. So very strategic, very pragmatic, I would say, and see how people react to it and then build it.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that. So a lot of people, when they want to build an app, sometimes they go around it the wrong way and they start building a super complex app, investing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands in development without having a proof of concept. So how do you approach that?
I would say two things. If you have the knowledge, you can start by building a prototype of the app. So you can either code it yourself or do some no code and prototype it. If you don't have the knowledge, don't spend time or money on it, and just validate the concept first. So build a landing page, do some ads, send the people to the landing page, and see how they like the conversion rates. See if people are actually interested in your concept, and then only then build a prototype, try it, see how people like it or not, see how you could improve it, and then continue incrementing, improving it, and investing more money into it. And eventually you're gonna get something that's as good or better than the competition, and you have your basically product market fit.
Yeah. And I also really like the hack that you're giving is go in the comments and the feedback and the bad feedback.
Of course.
And look at everything that users are wanting, because a lot of people, sometimes they think, oh, I have the best idea. But if you do market research in the right places, you're going to get all the best ideas for apps.
Of course. Also, one of the best advice I would give anyone is be the first user of your app. Like be the first person who actually uses it on a daily basis. So for instance, if you're building a nutrition app, be the first one to use it. Like use it actually on a daily basis for 3 weeks and see if you like it, if you use it, if it's actually useful for you. And then actually market it, do some ads, and
So I often see you building apps for yourself and that kind of stuff. That's kind of what you're doing too.
Exactly, that's what I do. Yeah, I only build apps for myself first. I try them, I use them for a while, and if I see that I actually like them, as if it was any app I would download on the stores, then I publish it.
Very nice, very nice. And so you have a whole team actually working with you as well. At the beginning, you were doing it yourself, but now you have a team. How do you split that out? Are there some people doing UX? Are there some people? How do you split that out?
Yeah, of course. So we have project managers, we have developers, obviously, we have UX people, we have designers, we have sales, we have basically anything you would have in a regular business. So what I usually do is we have When the client comes in, we have the project managers who basically handles everything, and then we're gonna have the designer and UX who's gonna like design what the app is gonna look like, and then we're gonna have developers, and then we're gonna have testers, QA testers, and only then we're gonna deploy it to the stores.
Oh, very nice.
So a whole process.
And tell us sometimes about some apps that you thought would be successful or weren't, or like sometimes people thinking about these apps, and tell us about some tough things that happen in the app world.
The toughest is people losing money, people investing hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and just like not working, not actually like doing sales. But usually it's the exact same mistake everyone does. Either they haven't studied first the competition, the need, the market, or they didn't plan correctly the launch, the marketing, the ads, the investment after the app is actually built.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a lot of people who invest, let's say, 50,000 in an app, but they have no plan for doing marketing, like no plan. So they will invest, they will pay us, and then we're gonna be asking them like, what are you gonna do after? And they don't know, they have no idea. So they're just hoping, hoping they're gonna be featured on the stores and do some like automatic sales or whatnot, and this doesn't happen. So you have to actually like really plan the marketing before even you start building the app.
And yeah, tell us a little bit more about that. How do you actually market an app effectively?
I think it's just like any business. So you could do anything. Could be Facebook ads, could be Instagram ads, could be TikTok ads. It could be also ads on the stores, so directly on App Store, Play Store, anything. Could be just like any regular business.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, honestly, I don't have any specific advice because it applies to any kind of business.
Okay, so it's not wizardry. It's
No, it's
basically
not,
just
no.
doing ads and
An app is a business,
having a
so you have
conversion.
to think of it as a business, not
Wow.
just as a game, you know.
Yeah. And how do you plan the revenue when it comes to apps? Do you have specific strategies that you recommend to your clients?
What do you mean by how do we plan it?
So, for example, games are going to charge in-game fees, and certain companies, like bigger companies, are going to have recurring models. So, is there anything that you need to think about when someone approaches you with a new idea that you consider when it comes to the financial aspect for them?
I would say it's only experience. The best way, to be honest, in what everyone does actually, like even the biggest companies. I've worked with people at Tap Nation, at Voodoo, like one of the biggest companies in the world who does games. They all do the same. They A/B test. So you just basically launch some shit on the wall and hope it's gonna stick. That's basically how it works for apps. So you launch a lot of people, do some A/B tests for like everything, even the wording, even the like. You change one word in a button to see if it's gonna convert better, and just do it, and eventually you're gonna get the most like optimized conversion.
Wow. Okay. So you're basically A/B testing every new feature.
Everything, not just features. Everything could be design, could be colors, could be buttons, could be text. Everything.
Wow. And you're very good at app design. I've seen your apps. It's really another level. So how do you come up with those designs? And like, has it taken you a while, or would you say it's a gift? Or?
Oh, it has. Yeah. Recently, I saw my first app. I could send you the video if you want, and you can like display my first app and my most recent one. It's actually insane, like the difference. I think it's mostly also experience. So just trying to improve every app you make, improve it like on each on every update you launch on the stores. Try to improve it a little bit design wise. See some inspirations. See how other apps are doing, what other kind of designs are working, and slowly improve it, and eventually you're gonna get good at it. I spent almost 6 years in apps, so obviously from year 1 to year 6, you're gonna have a big difference.
Yeah, and let's just say someone's starting out.
Yeah.
What should they really start with? You're saying like ads and the landing page, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the app, like if they had the tightest budget, how would you recommend they start an app?
I recommend the same for everyone, like literally everyone. If you have $1 million of budget, it's gonna be the same as if you have 100. It's gonna be the same. Start always with your core feature.
Hmm.
So if you're building an app that has like 50 features, start with the one that's gonna be the most important, and then slowly improve it, like slowly add new features, add new sections, add new designs, add new I don't know what, and you're gonna eventually get to like the final version of your app.
Okay. So what has been the most revenue one of your apps has generated?
The most revenue, it's been 6 or 700,000 in a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just from the app.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit more about that business. Did they only have an app? Did they have other things?
They had so it's an Uber-like app. The owner had originally only one restaurant, and he basically decided to build an app for all restaurants in his small city in France. Um, so he started only with the few restaurants he knew, and slowly grew up. And 3 years after, he got to like 700,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you start at the beginning with them?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. From zero to 700,000
yeah. I
a
did.
year.
Yeah,
That's a good app.
that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you also built some apps in very complex thing, I think like big companies like Peugeot. Tell us a little bit more about that project. Like, in essence, how did you help them? Why did they want an app versus other car companies who don't really have apps?
So that specific app I did for them was what I call a internal app. The thing is, any company in the world uses apps. Could be desktop apps, could be websites, could be like mobile apps. So that was an app for them to communicate with their employees. They needed one because they, saw the need of better communication. But I don't see like any difference between them and other companies. Any company could use an app to improve something in their business, either communication, processes, either sales, anything basically. Anything you have in your business could be improved with the software.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you think a
Yeah,
lot like that.
yeah, yeah.
You mentioned one of your processes to not repeat yourself and building
Exactly.
SOPs
Yeah.
is fast. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more about that way of thinking yours.
So I've always gotten everything from my background in tech. Basically, one super important rule in tech is if you do something 2 times, you have to write a function to do it. So that's how I apply everything in my business and even in my life. When there's something I see I do 2 times or more, I just do a process for it. Could be an app, could be a software, could be a website, could be just a SOP, could be anything. But I do something to avoid me doing it again and again and again and again.
Hmm. And so in your business, you have a lot of SOPs, you're very
Yeah.
organized.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that because I consider you as someone who's very savvy in business, very well organized, especially since you're dealing with multiple time zones and everyone's working very autonomously. So tell us a little bit more about how you're organized, your schedules, and how that works with your team.
So I would say the thing is that automatically with tech, you can like do a lot of tasks. I would say without blocking each other. So a developer can easily work without having to like speak with the designer, without having to speak with the clients. So I am in an industry where it's like basically easy to work separately. But also I did a lot of processes really important. All of the company is remote. So everything is done and thought of from the ground up to be remote. So we don't do calls, we do only looms, even with the client actually. So the client has his own dashboard. He can see everything we're working on, like in a like cool table. And every week we send him a report, like text report with some pictures of what we're working on, and a Loom video explaining everything. That way we don't have to do any calls with him. We don't have to like manage time zones or anything, and just we can communicate with him and he can communicate back. So on his weekly report he can answer with some questions or answer with a Loom also, and that way we don't have to block each other and we can continue working.
That's one of the most efficient things
Yeah,
I've heard. And you're
it
one
is.
to really film a lot of looms. And
Yeah,
so I feel a lot of businesses are still stuck in the age of let's do a meeting and
yeah.
all that stuff. So
Even with
that's
developers we
smart.
do it. So whenever a developer has something to tell me or other employees, they do a Loom, and that's it. They do a Loom, they send it, and then the other person in the company can view it later and respond later.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you've got your whole team. And how easy has it been for you to find the right talent? Because I know there's a big competition in the tech
Yeah,
space. How
yeah.
has that process been for you?
That's been really hard, to be honest. My personal technique is getting interns because they're young. They don't basically don't know anything about like the business world, so you can basically mold them however you want them to be. That's really like weird to say, but like you can mold them how you want them to be, and they listen a lot, and obviously they want to learn. So they're here to learn. They're here to listen to you. So I get some usually either interns or people who are still studying or people who are like just finished studying, and that way we can start from the beginning. I can train them like how I want them to work, what's the kind of coding style I want them to have and everything, and they learn with me, and then I make them evolve in the company slowly.
Hmm.
So we have people who specifically one who was still studying, and now he's like the lead developer of the company.
Wow.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a kind of a secret, but where has been your best place to find talent?
There's no secret. I would say, well, first I went to like tech university, so I have contacts, obviously. I would say LinkedIn.
Okay.
LinkedIn is the best. I found my lead developer on LinkedIn. I mean, my now lead developer on LinkedIn, and he's the one who found me other developers within his university, and
Wow.
that's how we built it. Yeah.
And there are a few people in the tech space. Is there anyone you admire that you're like, okay, these guys, they're building very well, or someone specifically?
So in the tech space, to be honest, like no one specifically. I'm liking what OpenAI is doing, obviously.
Yeah.
I like what Elon Musk is doing, obviously. He's not really in tech, but like
Yeah.
I really like what Mark Zuckerberg is doing. I think he is probably the person I look up to the most. Yeah.
And what do you like specifically about what he's doing?
I like that he is really smart with what he does, and he really thinks long term. For instance, with the metaverse, like he thought of it maybe 2 years ago. Now no one is talking about it, but he's still bending on it. Like he really believes in what he does, and for a really long term. Even with the Oculus, he bought the company when basically no one was really interested in it, and now that Apple has launched the Vision Pro, everyone is talking about this kind of space, and I think it's going to grow a lot, and he really thought of it like before anyone else. So that's what I like about him.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are you yourself diving into that, Apple
Yeah,
Vision Pro and all of
actually,
those?
yeah, I'm looking into building some apps for Vision Pro.
Are the apps different on that?
So they're the same.
Mhm.
Any app that works on iPhone can work on Vision Pro.
Mhm.
But obviously, in order to have the best like in-app experience, you're gonna have to build new apps specifically for Vision Pro.
Hmm. Maybe one very important question, since you're a developer.
Yeah.
I know the answer, but
What is it?
are you Mac or are you PC?
I'm Mac, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm Mac, yeah, because so originally I was more PC, to be honest. But when I got into the app world, I had no choice because to build iPhone apps, you need to have a Mac. So I basically bought a Mac without wanting it, and now I'm all in.
You went to the dark side.
Yeah, yeah. Basically.
So that's pretty much it, Freddy. I really want
Thank
to
you.
thank you for your time. You're an incredible
sure.
person. You're leading in the tech space. You're building amazing companies, amazing apps. So thanks a lot for sharing. I'm sure the audience has taken away a lot.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Well, hopefully we'll have to have another episode and checking in on your progress.
For sure. Thank you.